For anybody looking to put a skate lace in their glove, this one here is a Bauer 1.9, 190. Alright, I already took this side out. Okay, here's the string that I already took out. These two laces here came up through those two there. I did the knots, and then I started taking all the twine out. Okay, so I took it all out of here. When I got to the end, where it ended was when I got to these ones, it ended here. I've already got the skate lace started, but I'll show you where it starts. Right there. And to start it, there's my knot. So you come in to start it, make sure you have the waxed ends. You come up from the bottom of that hole and all the way up. There's my excess lace, but you can see the knot right there. Alright, so I'll say pause every time I'm going to pause, so you can pause too at the same time. Alright, with any glove, you need to have 3 starting holes. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to bring this first one back underneath and up in through this first hole. Okay, grab it. There's my excess. Now make sure that this lace stays flat. So if you watch, you see it's twisting and everything, but I make sure that when it gets to this little part here, that I hold there and it comes up straight. So there's my first loop. Okay, and leave a little wee bit of slack, not much at all at the top. Then I'm going to come back around from underneath and come up through the second hole. Okay, once again, I'm going to hold here where it's flat like this. I'm going to keep pulling it. See, it's twisting, but when it comes through, it's going to be flat. Okay, and once again, grab the waxed end, come up through the third hole over here. Okay, my excess, I'll hold it here and start pulling it. So it doesn't twist and bind, and it goes through flat looking. The reason you do this, because when you get done, if it's all twisted and turned, it's going to look not as pretty. So we got that started done. This is why you need to start with 3, because you want to skip the first one and go through the next 2 loops. Okay, so I'm going to come up from underneath. There's the first loop you skip, go through the second loop here. Okay, bring it through, holding the spot where I want it to stay straight. There we go. There's my excess. I'm going to grab the waxed end, go under the second loop. Doesn't look like much of a loop there, but there is. Okay, I'm going to bring it through, hold my end so it doesn't get all twisted, find out which way natural twist is, right there. Okay, so there you go. We got through. Skip the first one, go under and up the second one, and then the third one. Now take your waxed end and go down through your first binding, I guess you call it, lace, one nylon. Sometimes it's tricky, but There you go. Okay. Pull it downwards. Hold the spot where you want to stay straight. Make sure it's not twisted, not too tight. There we go. Now coming back, we're going to find your first loop, sorry, your second, and your third. You don't want to go through that one. So, up underneath, lead it through, find out where you want it to stop. It's flat, the natural curve is right there. There you go. Now we're going to come up underneath this one, pull it through, find the natural curve to be that way, and up through this loop, or sorry, this next hole. Okay, I'll do it one more time. There we go. Start bringing it through. Make sure natural curves there, flat. There you go. Okay, so we'll go one more round, a little closer. So we won't come back up under this first one. We'll do the second one and the third one. Okay. So first loop, no. Second loop, yes. Come up underneath. Keep this flat. Find the natural curve that it wants to go on right there. There you go. Now, you can barely see it, but there's the other one right there, the other loop. Usually it's going to be close right to the binding. Okay, so come up underneath. There we are there. Pull it through. Find the natural curve, there we go. And down through the binding. There we go, nice and straight, still fairly loose. All right, pause here. All right, so I got to the end, and what I did was, when I got to the end here, I only went through one loop here, and then I came back up through the very bottom one. So one loop, then I came up through the bottom one, because these two strings that are on the 1.9 are going to come back up through here. Okay, which will, there's one coming through, and then the second one is going to be a little tougher for me to get through, but it's going to come up through, and then I'm going to tie two knots on the end of there, a knot on the end of there, and that'll be the skate lace.
That was your Relacing.